Thank you, Professor Shab. I'm happy to invite Leo. Leo is a current student. He's a software developer for HP. He will talk a little bit about combining his life as a professional, as a family man, and as a student.
Yeah. So I need to use microphone. Can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, there's one thing wrong from Israel is that there's no life. That is why I'm here. There's no such thing. But you still have, it happens. You still have to strive for the best out of your 24 hours a day. So this is my topic today, to be or not to be. And my sharing will be based on my very personal experience and my personal stream along the way till now. The topic basically says that before joining IMBA, the first question you ask will be why, right? Why do you want to enroll in the IMBA program? And so this is what I'm going to. This is the outline of my presentation today. The first thing is about why. Second is about where, and then next I will talk about how to get yourself prepared. So why do you want to enroll in an IMBA program? So there are a lot of blogs, articles on the internet, and those are very general topics or very general concerns and criteria that's being proposed by different people, right? They talk about your career development, you could get a better degree, you have network, knowledge, and one of the things that we have is an exchange program, so on and so forth. But does it really matter? I don't think so. This is my expectation. And if you look at that, it's actually quite different from the previous. See? I listed my expectation for priorities over there. So the first thing for me is that I want to learn more. Because it's something that only after you leave the school, you know that you should have learned more in the school. And that's exactly what I feel. So my first expectation is that I want to learn from the program. And the second thing is the perspective. I should have introduced myself a bit. I work in HP. Some people might know that the PC, the laptop, right? The brand HP. And HP is an American company. And only after I contact and interact with my co-workers, I started to realize that people from different culture and different background really think very, very differently. And sometimes, especially because of the time zone difference, sometimes very difficult to communicate, especially by email. There's a lot of words, and the other party just don't get you at all. So I think that if I could have a very personal, face-to-face interaction with people from the other background, I should be able to grab why they think about something or why the way they conduct all the stuff. So that's what I talk about. That's what I talk about the perspective. I want to learn from different perspectives and to realize that the reason they make decisions. The third thing is fun. In your IMBA program or any MBA program, you have to spend your time, you have to spend a lot of money. So you don't want to just spend time and money, but you kind of like torture yourself. My pressure is so huge. I want to get rid of it as soon as possible. That's not what I want. So I want to make sure that the whole learning experience I will be able to feel maybe not all fun, but at least I need to get a little fun from that. So this is my third criteria, and the degree itself, of course, I think it will definitely help you. And the last one is career switch, but that's not actually very important to me. I'm still kind of like satisfied with what I have now, but there's always something it's an asset, right? If someday you change your mind, you might want to switch to the others. I think it will help, especially for me as an engineer. I actually graduated from National University, and I got an engineering degree. So this is something that I guess will definitely help me if I want to switch to the other path. And those are all all my personal criteria, but I really want to remind you that you have to think about yours, because all the criteria from different people, that's their criteria. For example, mine is my criteria, and I strongly believe you have a very different criteria than me. So you better think about it and then ponder on which program that will suit you, or do you really need an MBA program? That's the question I want to leave to you. And okay, now this is very, very personal. Okay, so my previous expectations, the first thing is knowledge, right? Did I get knowledge? Of course, I got a lot. All the courses, all the professors, they indeed taught me a lot of things. I learned a lot from them, not only on the knowledge part, but also on the, for example, how they will talk about their life, their experience, and you could actually learn from those very senior professors to see how they handle everything and how their attitude, so on and so forth. And perspectives, of course, I got in MBA program is very different from an engineering program, because in MBA you have to work. You are forced to work with your classmates. It's very different from the engineering program that for example, when I was an undergraduate student, I do the assignment all by myself, right? And that's the only thing you could do that, and that means you could control your time when I'm going to finish that on time, or even you want to hand it out a bit late. That's your choice. But because right now in the engineering program, you have to work with others, so you don't have that privilege. You have to achieve a consensus with all your group members. Sometimes they got their own event, they probably can't match with your schedule, and how do you deal with that? That's very, very important. I mean, that's something you really have to learn, and only after you interact with them, you started to know, okay, what kind of life or what kind of lifestyle that they get, and you started to be able to work out some or compromise some better either timings or some better ideas that could be acceptable with all the other team members, and mostly they will be from different countries and different people. So this is the perspective part and fun. Yeah, of course, I'll show you some pictures later on. And degrees. Here I say very likely because I haven't get it yet. Nobody knows what will happen, right? But if everything goes well, very likely I'll be able to get a degree. Right? And career switch is, I just said it, maybe, I don't know. But at least not for now. And this is the important thing. What I do at those moments. Right? It's a very critical thing. And it's simple because you have less time, you have less flexibility, your contribution is less. So it's very nature that you can't expect that, for example, if I got say 2 million bonus this year, I can't expect the same, right, this year. And so this is something you will definitely be aware of if you join any MBA program.
2 million.
No, that's just kidding. And the tuition fee, of course. For some of you, you might be able to get a scholarship. That's a good thing. For me, I'm not that good yet, so I have to pay by myself. So this is still a certain amount of money, and my family time and my video time. That's for sure. So think about it. How are you going to manage your time, especially if you are just a part-time student like me? Okay, then quick MBA. If you decided that you definitely you need an MBA degree badly, then you can start to think on this quick MBA. This is the same. You got all the rankings, Financial Times rankings that Professor Sherry just said. Just show those stuff. A lot of things. You could just look it up. That's one way to do it. Right? The other way is that think about your criteria. And that's actually what I do. I'm kind of like, I'm not very traditional guy, so I always do things very, very weird, in a very weird way. So this is how I make the decisions. So the first thing I want to make sure is that I will be able to continue my job. That's my income, it's not 2 million, but it's acceptable. It supports my life and my family's life. That's very important. Okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is diversity. And pretty much, I just elaborate on that too. On learn from different people, different background, and the learning efficiency. And this is about the faculties, how the courses are arranged, and the curriculum, of course. So, for example, we got a few concentrations. I personally will probably, for example, focus on finance, but you could all make your own decision. But the one thing is that before you make the decision, you better look at the curriculum to see if, for example, those courses are really what you need. I have some experiences. For example, one of my classmates, she is actually an accountant. So if in the curriculum there are many, for example, accounting-related courses, then maybe that's not the best thing for her. So yeah, think about it. Reputation, yeah, this is very important. I think every MBA student or MBA student candidate should really think about this. I think it's because for example, for engineering background, you could demonstrate your skill. You could demonstrate your skill in the interview or anything. But for MBA, it's more the capability that developed in MBA programs kind of different. So the reputation will become more important to get you at least into the interview stage. And I bet you all know that the NCCU IMBA program is the best program, best IMBA program in Taiwan. So take that into account too. And the network, we got so for example, if you are IMBA student, you are able to select at least, not at least, or actually at most one courses with EMBA student. I think that's a good connection. I haven't chose that yet, but I will do it. And exchange students, we will have the other speakers talk about that more later on. And again, just reflect yourself. What's your criteria to select an MBA program? Okay, and this is my personal experience. The learning, I talked about that a bit. Just now, it's in MBA you not only just read the textbooks. The professors, they give you cases. You have to study based on cases. And I think that the good thing for that is that it's more practical. It's very different. I'm not sure about you. My personally, when I read textbooks, it's kind of like something very far from me. I probably get it, but I'm not sure. I think case studies will be more. It's more on the ground. You will be able to grasp the ideas better. And another thing is that the MBA program, I think it trains students to think, to tackle the problems. And it's not something that, for example, we engineers, we always think that there's only one perspective, there's only one correct answer. But for all the business issues, I don't think they are like that. Actually, there were a lot of examples in my personal, co-work with my classmates. They sometimes have a very, very good solution for a proposed question, but that's something you will never have that angle if you do it by yourself. So this is something that I think you could learn differently in the program. And networking. Those are, I think, just Sherry, professor actually demonstrated a very a graph about all the diversities in IMBA program, and you could, I guess you could get a taste of that. We are very diversified and collaborating. So not only for study, you also have a lot of activities. Like Lina probably just mentioned a few, those alumni activities, and we also got the others. For example, we got the competitions, the house prize that Professor Sherry just showed. That's a competition, and got complemented in workshops. And I think in this semester we have organized, our student council has organized maybe at least 3. I think it's probably 4 workshops already about public speaking or about writing, those stuff. And yeah, this is some of the activities I want to show you. I don't think you could read mean, those guys, they are just like crazy, criminals actually. Yeah, and this is a company visit. We actually visited Taiwan one, and it's very interesting because this lady, sorry, I forget her name. She was from IMBA as well, so she is in alumni. Maybe say nothing more.
She's too young.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's what she helped us to organize everything, and we are able to step into the office, listening to, for example, all the service that they are going to develop in the coming future. Something that's very interesting. And okay, and actually there are a lot more activities. I just can't afford to attend most of them because, as you know, I'm a part-time student. I work. I got 2 kids. I'm a student, so I try to balance all the time I have. So I attended a few activities, but I won't be able to attend a lot of them. And that's the pity, but there's always a trade-off. That's all up to you. And okay, this is how I feel, and I think everyone should be aware of and get prepared. Firstly, the challenge starts after your enrollment. When I prepare all the materials needed for IMBA application, I found out it's so lousy. I have to go to different people, get different documents, those stuff, and I have to attend the examination for those stuff. It's very stressful. And then after I joined IMBA, I found it's not a big deal compared to what I had especially recently. 2 weeks ago, we got 4 assignments in a week. So you have to prepare assignments including either the case report or the presentation, a lot of stuff, 4 in a week. So you can see how difficult it can be. And you have to co-work with all your group members. It's not only about you. Sometimes you just stop because they are not available. So it's very stressful. So the challenge will start after your enrollment. Be prepared. And second thing, this is especially for people not from, like me, from engineering background, not from those master of arts background, because we have less discussion activities in our study experience. So be prepared for that too, and open-mindedness. I think this is. Because originally I expect that most of the listeners today or the audience will be from Taiwan, but I'm kind of surprised that a lot of you are actually not a local student. But this is because I found in my batch, at least, we Taiwanese people are a bit shy, probably because of our English is not good enough, or because of our culture, I don't know. But the fact is that we are a bit shy. So we always tend to stick together, We stay together, talk to each other, but we rarely talk to the other classmates from different countries. And I think that's a pity. You should always do that. I think I personally should be a bit better than the other classmates. At least I dare to talk. Because you already perceived I'm not really good at English, but I could still be bold enough to talk to them. And sharpen your communication skills. Okay, English, I just said. And the communication skills is also very important because you have a lot of presentations. You don't want your audience fall asleep or even snoring right before you, right? So be prepared and speak out. This is another thing that I don't know. I personally is not. Sometimes we have conflict, and you don't dare to really speak out, and that's not good thing. It's not good thing for teamwork, because you have to stay with each other for 2 years. If you do it, and for example, you feel frustrated with someone and you don't really tell him or her, they don't have a chance to improve, and you actually that's not fair for him or for her too, because you're not welcome, and you better speak out for anything that you don't feel comfortable with, such that you could get a better co-working environment. And treat your classmates equally. Just don't always talk to the people you know. that's not what we want to get from an MBA program. You are wasting your asset. Relax the knife. Yeah, that's all about my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. I remember you mentioned that you just came back from traveling in Europe, right? Okay. So Ka went traveling not only to Europe but also in China. She did 2 exchange semesters, one in